Hello, hello. Everybody doing good today, or at least when you're doing this. Could be tonight, could be in the morning. Anyway, welcome to number 23, the great list of top 50 hits. I think they're going to start renaming them to non-mat yoga since the social distancing is getting on my nerves. Just kidding, but we still do it. Anyway, today we're going to do some eagle arm stuff and little hip, little of this, little of that, even some core work. So I'm in uniform today in my Pathways to Health shirt, as these yoga sessions are brought to you by Pathways to Health at Century Villages in Cabrillo in lovely and talented Long Beach, California. So let's get started by sitting up in our chair, just relaxing. But sitting up straight, so your shoulders are over your hips, knees over your ankles, your knees are hip width apart. Always tell by putting those two fists together. Let's take a nice big inhale through the nose, and then exhale. So let your shoulders drop, let all that stuff go out. So we can get started here with our 3-part breath. Invite you to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Just let that world kind of float away from you and just focusing on your practice. Sometimes people like to set an intention for their practice. If something's been a little tough for them, maybe their intention is to just challenge themselves a little bit more. But whatever it is, even if you don't have an intention, no problem. Because we just don't do any judgment here in yoga. So just close your eyes, soften your gaze, whichever is more comfortable. Start that belly breathing like we're filling up a balloon with air, starting in your belly, bringing it up through the lungs, and exhaling lungs first, and then bringing your belly in towards your spine. Trying to focus more on your breath. Expanding your breath just a little bit more each time. I talk about maybe working up to a 6-second inhale and a 6-second exhale. Nice deep breaths. Let's say letting your shoulders just fall away from your ears and relaxing. All that tension that you carry around, we're just going to let it go in this practice. We go through our normal set of exercises, neck and shoulders, hips, arms, legs, feet, everything. So just take a couple more breaths and then we'll start our movement, maybe 3 more. Now, just open your eyes with a soft gaze. We always do. Just reach your arms up overhead and then bring them down. A couple more like this. Nice and slow, just with your breath. And on that last one, just bring it up. Send your left arm down and your right arm over for a nice, easy side stretch while seated. See if you can plant your feet into the floor while you're doing this, so you're tensing your whole body. Remember back in the olden times, we had these isometric exercises. It's all about just pushing down on your muscles. So kind of what we're doing with the legs. And on the inhale, bring that arm up and just go to the other side. On down. Nice deep breath as you're doing this. And nice big inhale, bring your arms all the way up, hands to heart center, and to your knees. So we're going to start with our neck exercises on this one. So on an inhale, looking up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, bring your chin in towards your chest and your belly towards your spine. And your posture should be the same as I was talking about when we started as we do another one. So you're sitting up nice and straight. And on the next inhale, bring your chin up to the right. And as you exhale, come back down to center. Inhale up to the left and back. And this time, as you inhale to the right, okay, zoom in your neck flexion, you can come all the way up and make a nice big circle. So as you come up, exhale, and inhale as you come back down again. And we'll do maybe a few more of these. Exercise in that neck. And nobody can hear that popcorn sound that my neck is making anyway. And this is the last one, and just go in the other direction. Ah, yeah, feels good. I do a lot of reading and sitting at the computer, and I try and do these more often than not, but I always forget. So I'm glad to be able to do these. And make this your last one. And come back, sitting up, moving up in your chair a little. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Inhale, up, back. Oh, yeah. Nice and slow. Couple more. Just get all that tension out of your shoulders, and out of your neck on the last one. And come on back. So we're going to do the seated hip opener. So come a little further up in my chair. Still have my knees hip width apart. Knees over my ankles. I've been doing this so long, I look, but usually there, it's muscle memory. So big inhale. And as you exhale, come down, just bending at the waist. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, come around to the right, starting to make big circles, like you're stirring a pot. And if your hips or your back say, I can't go down that far, just go as far as you can, maybe a couple inches. Just making that movement as you come down, inhaling up, exhale back. So a couple more on this side. And as you get to the middle, and go the other side, exhaling out, inhaling up. It's a good release all that stress from your hips. Or if you've been doing a lot of walking, like I have, it's also a good way to stretch your hips. And start making your circles just a little bit smaller. Start to come up till you don't know you're making circles anymore. So we're going to do our eagle arms today. So you want to come to the right side of your chair, get your feet a little more than hip width, but no, actually hip width is good. That's for something else. But you can get them to where you're comfortable, and actually, just so you might be getting up, so you could make them a little wider, like that. And you want to bring your arms out and then cross your right arm over your left. And as you inhale, come out. And then exhale back, inhale out, exhale back. And then this time, instead of crossing on your chest, bring your arms up to your shoulders and give yourself a big hug, and even can massage your upper arms if you want. Now, we're going to go into eagle arms, but if this is as far as you can go, that's fine. You can just stay like this, or you can start to unwind your arms, and I cross my elbows over, and maybe this is as far as I get, or I might bring that left hand over my right, looking right in front of me. And on an inhale, I'm going to lift my arms up. And as I exhale, I bring them back to about where my hands are at eye level. And I'm looking right at them, and I'm pulling my shoulders a little bit away, or my elbows a little bit away from my body, getting a nice stretch in my shoulders and my upper back. I'm going to take some nice deep breaths here. Two more breaths. Then we'll go the other side. And on the next exhale, let your arms go and just kind of flop them around and come to the other side of your chair. Bring your feet apart and arms out to the side. This time, your left arm goes over your right. On the inhale, come out. Exhale back. Inhale out. Exhale back. Inhale out. And this time, bring your hands up to your shoulders. And again, we're just going to do what we did on the other side. We'll do it on this side. So again, you can just stay like this, or maybe bring your elbows up, or you can just start to separate your elbows or cross them over so that right hand on top of the left. And on the inhale, bring those arms up. And as you exhale, coming to eye level, pulling those elbows away from your shoulders, pulling those arms out. If you can't, stay there. You know, if you're just sitting like this, it's okay. But it's one of those things, maybe you want to challenge yourself a little today, so you're doing this. But if you can't do it, it's okay. The thing I love about yoga, you can sit there and do nothing if you want. And on the exhale, let it go, shake your arms out. So while we're sitting on the side of the chair, let's do some core work. I always like to talk about the core because that's what holds your back up. So a strong core helps hold those muscles up. I didn't know that until a few years ago. I just knew that my chiropractor 30 years ago told me to start doing sit-ups, which I changed to yoga stuff. But really makes a difference. So there's three things that we can do. Number one is, this is the modification. The first one is just lean back in your chair. On the exhale, and as you inhale, just bring yourself up. And you can keep doing those, or you may decide that you want to try something a little different. So you come back and raise one leg up and down, and the other leg up and down. Or you might want to challenge today. So we're going to do what's basically a seated boat pose, where you can bring both legs up, bring yourself back. And you notice my back is straight. I'm not sitting like this, but I'm sitting up straight, bringing my legs up, and I'm coming back like this. And a nice deep breath, and I'm really using my core to hold myself up. So, 30 or 40 minutes of this a day. And you're a lot better than I am, so I wouldn't do it for that long. but I do a lot of core work. So whichever one of those three you're doing, take 2 more breaths. And come on up. Now we're just going to come up to our standing poses. And as always, I move the chair out and I come back. And we're going to go just do some basic warrior work. So bringing your right foot in front, left foot in back, offset, and pointing to 10 o'clock, which is somebody said is 60 degrees, but who might argue? Nor do I care. 10 o'clock is easier. And on an inhale, bending that front knee so it's just over your ankle and bring your arms up for warrior one. And you can look up towards the ceiling, but you always want to keep your spine straight. So I'm looking up, but I'm not looking up at the ceiling. I'm looking up at the crease in the wall and the ceiling. And of course, breathing. Now move back a little here. And on the next inhale, bring that left arm to the back, rotate that back leg, and line up your heels for warrior two so your arms are straight. Still breathing, pushing those feet into the floor, shoulders are right over your hips, none of this like this, just straight. And if you've been doing yoga for a while, you can hold this for quite a while, which might surprise you. But if you're new to it or it just bothers you, you can always just take your arms like that for about a 1 count and come right back. Yeah, I've been through that. When I started yoga, I hadn't been doing this. It's really tough when I started. And on the next inhale, flip that right hand over. And as you exhale, come back for reverse warrior. Sending that left hand down along your left leg. Looking up at the ceiling. At that right hand. Nice deep breaths. And a big inhale. And as you exhale, come back to warrior two. And then we're going to do a extended triangle today. So that front leg is going to stay straight. And on the inhale, now you come forward and bring your right hand down along your right leg, sending that left hand up towards the ceiling. Now, I don't think I've shown this before, but there's something called a bind where you can take your arm behind your back. This will sometimes cause a little bit of balance challenge, and you're opening up that shoulder. And you can look up at the ceiling. So if you have an arm that's not capable of doing this or holding it up for long, that's a good way to do it. And if you can keep that front leg straight, then you're also getting a nice hamstring stretch. Nice deep breaths here. 2 more. And on the next inhale, come up, look to the front, and step forward. And then we're going to go the other side. So this time your left leg is in front, right leg to the back, pointing to 2 o'clock. And again, bending that front knee and bring your arms up for warrior one. Nice deep breaths here. I always do a warrior series and a balance with every practice. And I think it helps really, if you're older, with stability, flexibility, all the entities. And on the next inhale, bring that right hand up and over, pivoting that back foot, lining your heels up, coming to warrior two. Again, your heels are lined up. It can be either heel to heel or heel to arch, which is a little bit in. Shrug your shoulders. Should be, if you've done enough of these, you know I say that most of the time. Sometimes I forget. Nice deep breaths. Two more. And on the next inhale, flip that left hand over. And as you exhale, come back for reverse warrior, sending that right arm down along your right leg. Nice deep breaths. Sometimes you can wrap your arm around your waist if you want when you're doing these. Two more breaths. And on the next exhale, come back to warrior two, and then inhale, straighten that front leg. As you exhale, come forward, bring that left hand down on your left leg, send that right arm up towards the ceiling. Now, if you get all the way up to noon, good for you. I can't, especially this arm, but I don't care. It's yoga. And again, if you want to bind, you can do that. And I look up towards the ceiling when I do this, and I'm pulling that shoulder back. So opening up all of these joints is really what helps, and that's one of the reasons yoga is such a good set of practices, so that you're using all your body, opening your joints, learning how to breathe, and then relaxing. Get rid of stress. And on the next inhale, come on up, look to front, and come on up. So we're going to do tree pose today. I think I do tree more than anything. It's a basic pose, and it can be a challenge. So that's kind of like I do it. So you can bring your hands to heart center, and as always, if you have a chair next to you and you're a little unsure, a little unsteady, and you can use the chair to come up. So I'm holding the chair there, and on that right foot, come rock back, come forward, come up on the toes of that back foot, and then I turn my left leg out, so my knee is out, and the heel of my foot is on my ankle. And I pick that non-moving spot using my core, and I can bring that foot up to my calf. Now, some people can get up to their thighs. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this if you're not dressed for it. But some people who've been doing yoga for a long time do that. And then I can just let go. And unsteady there. And relax, take a deep breath, and now I can do that. I can grow my tree. A little unsteady today. Yesterday I did this and stood up for over a minute on one leg. But some days are better than others. Worst day is the one you don't do or try. And come on down. Shake out that standing leg. And we'll go to the other side. So rock back on that left foot. Turning that right leg out, right knee out. Resting your heel on your ankle, which, by the way, this is a balance, just trying to do this. Or you can come up to your calf. And again, you can use the chair. You can grow your tree. One thing that gets me out of balance is trying to talk and focus at the same time. And a nice deep breath. One day, if you've been just doing this a little while, you keep falling out, and then all of a sudden one day you think, my God, I stayed up. It's the way it happens. Practice, practice, practice. And then you can stay up for a long time. And you can even wiggle around like I just did, but staying on that foot. And come on down. You got that standing leg. Time to come back to the chair. And we're going to do a nice long Shavasana today. But the first thing we're going to do is that lower back twist. So come into the side of your chair on the right side. And your right hand to your left knee and send that left arm out to the side. Nice deep breath, just breathing into that lower back. Nice deep breath. And take a big inhale. And on the exhale, come around to the other side. Left hand on your right leg and right arm out to the side. And looking out over that right hand, just to get a little more twist in your neck. But don't hurt it. Nice deep breathing. Two more breaths. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, come around. And it's time for our favorite part of the practice, which is relaxation. So we're going to take a nice long one today. I invite you to close your eyes. Or soften your gaze if you don't like to close your eyes. And today, a little challenge is to see if you can just sit there and keep relaxing the whole time that we're doing this. Sometimes your mind just jumps around. And I know I go through that even still after 12 years of doing yoga. I still sometimes kind of hyper. I just use that time to little self-discipline. But if I don't, it's okay too. So just relaxing as we progress from the feet to the ankles and the shins and your thighs, your calves, your hamstrings, and the chair. Hips nice and relaxed. Just let them go. Your stomach is just relaxed. Melting into the back of the chair. Your shoulders drop away from your ears. Your jaw drops away from your mouth. Face relaxed. Forehead nice and smooth. Scalp is relaxed. And your brain, as always, as I said, see if you can keep it nice and calm, thinking of that place you like to go to where you're just totally at peace and ease. No worries. Everything is free. Wherever it is. Any thoughts come along, you just acknowledge them and let them go. Sometimes you just stick them down by the chair and pick them up when you're done. Now, just sit and relax. All right, it's a nice long one. Oh, take a deep inhale. Let's exhale. Start a little movement, wiggling fingers and toes. Making little circles with your wrists in each direction. Maybe turning your head to each side. And finally, bring your hands to heart center, your eyes closed or soften your gaze. Expressing gratitude at the end of every lesson. Gratitude first to ourselves, as always, to come and sit down and spend a half an hour or so doing something that's really good for you. And be getting rid of a lot of stress. Thank those who support us, helping us with this, those around us who participate, we may not even know or have met. And as always, thank you and grateful to you for letting me come into your computer, phone, whatever, and lead you in these practices. Until next time, namaste.